Hey everybody, Lance Bell here, mind of a black moderate conservative. And I'm going to say this, and I honestly waited till at least most of the information came out before I did this video. And that's the Ahmaud Arbery case. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to break this, or at least try to break this, into 3 parts. And I'm going to get started right now. Now, number one, with Mr. Arbery, why was he jogging in this neighborhood in the first place? Now, there's a reason I bring this up, and there's a reason why for this. As I crack up my beer, there's a reason why I asked this question. That's a long way away to take a jog. Now, I will say this, taking jogs, even I've been known to travel far away to take a walk. Like, I'm here in Akron, for instance. Virginia Kingdom Park is 10 miles away. I'll go up there and take a walk among the falls. I'll be the first person to admit that. But that's just a long way away to take a jog. And I will say this, if you go back and look at the security cameras on that particular house, I don't know if he was casing the joint, he was just curious, he's been a vandal. I don't know. And for anybody says that they know what he was doing, has no fucking clue what he was up to. And even the owner of the house said stuff came up missing. Now, that remains to be seen as far as that. Now, with that being said, we're going to part number 2. What happened? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the video is out there. Now, I will say this. The court will decide what happened with the McMichaels, I believe. So let get this totally straight. This has absolutely nothing to do about race, and I'll get to that in part number 3. The courts will decide, because you actually watch the video, which a lot of you will not do, will show us exactly what happened in that entire sequence. And that's what it is. This has nothing to do with what I just said. Now, with that being said, with Georgia law, it's very picky. So you have to put out the nuances of that state's law as far as that. This is not as black as white as people think. And that really pisses me off. Because people jump to conclusions before they knew all the information. And that smacked a BS with just like the Covington case. I asked for additional information, got crucified, and when the additional information came out, people started backpedaling and deflecting. And that's what really pissed me off about this, because when the whole information came out, I was on forums and people left and right were deflecting this whole thing to Donald Trump. Now, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who's watched me an extended period of time knows I am no fan of Trump. But when you start deflecting, that means you automatically lost the conversation or even the argument. Don't even give me that bullshit. Because you know you lost, you have no outs, so deflection and try to shut down the conversation. Now, part number 3. Now, this is the conversation that I really wanted to have. This whole thing smells of the Trayvon Martin case, and let me explain. Now, in the Trayvon Martin case, that was never, ever, ever about race. That was about power. So let's get this open and clear right now. Now, in this particular case, it smacks and smells the exact same thing. People are going to play the race car for a conviction. And that cameraman, it got, I hate to say this cameraman, it got charged with murder. He should have never ever been charged, unless there's a undoubtable reasonable doubt. I know I said that wrong. There should have been a reasonable doubt why he got charged, which at the moment I see none. This is an overzealous prosecutor doing that charge. Exact same thing with Trayvon Martin. And I said this back then, I will say it now. There is no conviction on murder one. There is none. No conviction on murder one. If you tell me different, tell me down in the comments below. Murder two is an absolute stretch. And I won't even go beyond what Officer Tatum said in his video. Involuntary manslaughter is the charge on this. Nothing more, nothing less, unless big time evidence states otherwise. This is, people out there trying to go to the mob mentality. Is murder one, you get the death penalty. Oh no. Like I said, murder one is not the charge, and murder two is a huge stretch. Manslaughter, well, involuntary manslaughter is the charge. Involuntary will be the conviction. Now, time will tell what will happen with that. But let's get real. We're going to see what happens as far as that. Now, I've been trying to get this off my chest since I saw it early in the week. I just needed an off day to do it. But this is my thoughts. Tell me in the comments below what you think. Agree with me, disagree with me, please let me know. Well, folks, my name is Lance Bell, mind of a black moderate conservative, and stay tuned for the next edition.